Hello everybody, Ellie here. Today, it's a beautiful Friday. We're at the sanctuary, quite sunny and hot outside, and my dad has some jobs he wants me to take care of, so let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing he wants me to do is he wants me to take that trash can, and then there's two others in the front that are kind of like it. He wants me to go ahead and use the tractor to take them to the dump and, dump them out. So that should be a pretty easy job. Let me go ahead and show y'all a really easy way that my dad showed me to get this job done. Because the way that I would have done it in the past is I would have got maybe the four-wheeler or like a side-by-side. I would have tried to pick up the heavy trash can and hold on to it while I drive to the dumpster. But there's a much easier way that my dad taught me to do this. So let me go ahead and show y'all. I'm gonna get the tractor. I'm gonna go ahead and back up a little bit. Go him! Go him! Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at getting him to gobble when I say his name like that. Y'all remember my brother Lex? He used to be the best. He could get Cornholio to do it every single time. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull up to right about here. Let me try to get the bucket as close as possible, the tractor bucket to the trash can, because obviously you want to work smarter, not harder. Some people call it lazy. I call it efficient though. And my dad, especially now that he has a torn rotator cuff, he sure as heck will consider it working smarter, not harder. So we went ahead and put the bucket down, and so we have a lot less carrying to do. Just got to get the bucket. I could have done even better actually with moving the bucket right under, but we're already here, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so now the trash can is in the tractor bucket. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and drive it over to the dump. I'm gonna make sure the bucket is kind of like at one of these angles so that this thing don't fall out, because that would be a nightmare. And so, very simply put, guys, we're working smarter and not harder today, which y'all already know is my language, because OLE does not like making things harder than they have to be. In case some of you didn't know, Bill Gates, the founder, owner of Microsoft, he hires his laziest people to do some of his most important jobs in that company. And you might sit there and think, why would he do that? That doesn't seem very smart. You're supposed to want a hard worker, somebody who will put in all the hours, who will pour their blood, sweat, and tears into the company. Why would he hire lazy people to do the important jobs? The reason why is because the lazy workers, they find ways to get things done easier. They find shortcuts. They try to make things easier instead of doing them the typical way, the long drawn out way. And so Bill Gates uses the laziness of some of his workers to his advantage, because in doing so, he learns potential shortcuts. He learns ways through those guys to do things easier, to get things done faster. And so that's why I say that, some people call things like this lazy, but to me, I consider it a good deal of wisdom, and it's a good way to get things done more efficiently. You know what I mean? There's my dad right there. He has a torn rotator cuff, in case y'all didn't know. Yeah, here's the other two, or that's 3 trash cans. Those are the other ones?
Yeah, lower that down for me.
Okay. I dislocated my shoulder too. He doesn't have a dislocated shoulder, he has a torn rotator cuff. But is there anything in those things?
Huh?
Is there anything in there?
What do you realize?
Oh, okay.
That's why I can't do it. You're gonna have to do it.
Okay.
Good luck.
Okay.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. Well, now 3 and 1. That's pretty easy, actually. Let's go ahead and go. But no, my dad had his rotator cuff torn by one of the Longhorns over at his other property. He was trying to close the gate. I forget exactly how he said it happened, but essentially one of them smashed his shoulder it caused it to twist the wrong way, and he felt the tear. And my dad has a high tolerance for pain. He's a big, strong man, but I imagine that it hurt a great deal. It probably hurt really, really badly. I can vouch for that because I dislocated my shoulder when I was 14 years old playing football. It was my freshman year in high school. I was on defense. I was playing what position? Safety. And they had completed a pass down the field, and I was running, trying to chase down the guy who had the ball. And so I caught up to him, and I dove, and with my right arm, I grabbed his jersey, and the dude drugged me for about 5 or 10 yards because I fell down, but I still had a grip on his jersey with my hand. And at some point when he was dragging me, I felt my shoulder pop out of socket, and then obviously I couldn't hold on anymore. I let go. I slowed him down enough for my team to catch up and make the tackle, but I wouldn't say it was worth it because, oh my goodness, that was probably the most painful experience I've ever had in my life. I've even had appendicitis when I was 8 years old, and this dislocated shoulder, I tore the tissue called the labrum around it, mind you. But man, that shoulder dislocation, I would say, was on par with the appendicitis that I had. So, no bueno, no fun, not good. Okay, this right here is a part that we have to be very careful with what we do. I don't know how I'm gonna video this at the same time as doing it right, but basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive up as close as I can get to the dumpster, and then I'm gonna go ahead and rotate the bucket downward like this. It might take a little bit of work to get it right. Just get it a little bit higher. I think that's good. And I want to get it like this right here so that all I got to do when I get off of the tractor is basically, oh no, oh man. Good thing it's not the heavy one. The white one's the heavy one. That would have been bad if it was the white one. I probably could do this even a little bit better than that. So I'm going to back up. Oh gosh, oh no. I might have actually messed up. Let's get off and let's see. Man, I was talking so much about how good I was doing with, yikes. Okay, it would have been easier if I had someone guiding me in my defense, but I think y'all get what I was going for here. You know what? Forget what I was doing before. Watch this. Well, that was an epic fail, you guys. This thing is so heavy, I realize that I literally cannot lift it on my own. This one right here shouldn't be too bad, this black trash can. Let me go ahead and go around, try to get that right quick. Maggie, you watching LD make a fool of himself? I know, sweetheart, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. I never claimed to be the greatest at farm tasks. So the idea, the concept is there. All I had to do was just, as you can tell, all I had to do was just slightly tip it over like that, and then all the trash went in there just fine. This is literally all I did right here. I just went like that, and then boom, easy for those two black trash cans. This one right here is the one I'm having trouble with, this white one, because it's so big. Let me go ahead and give it another shot. That trash can is stuck in there now. And let me tell you guys, that thing is heavy. Even with all the trash dumped out of it, it is freaking heavy. Let me tell you, it is, goodness gracious, that thing is so heavy. I can't get it out of there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna need my dad's help on this one. I know I made a fool of myself, but you know what? Let's go ahead and get these two lighter ones. Let's go ahead and head back and do the next thing on my dad's to-do list. That was an epic fail. That was embarrassing. Yeah, I don't know. That thing is so heavy. I do not know how we're gonna get that out of there. But you know what? You can't win them all. I got 2 out of 3. That's pretty good. 67% is not bad. Let's move on. All right, so now that that task is complete, we have one more that we got to get done. And y'all see over, where is it at? I can't really tell from this angle. I think that bush is covering it. Yeah. Y'all see that big mound of rock right there by Papa's truck? Yeah, we need to get some rock from over there and bring it to the driveway where I just was. The reason why is because there's a big old hole. I don't know if y'all could tell from the video, but I noticed it for sure. There was a big old hole in the driveway that needs to be filled, and we're gonna use that rock to fill the hole. So I'm gonna use the tractor to go over there right now to get some and bring it back. There's old Tilly and Cornholio. Hey guys, how are y'all doing today? There's a couple of tricks that my dad literally just showed me a minute ago that I'm gonna show y'all once we get there. So let's get right to it. Okay, so now that we're here, let me show y'all what my dad showed me. First of all, this right here is your gear. This is kind of self-explanatory, so I would put it in high if I wanted to go fast, high gear. But the downfall is that when you're in high gear, you don't have a whole lot of power, a whole lot of strength to carry heavy things. So we would not want to be in that while we're transporting the rock. You'd only be in high gear if you wanted to get somewhere fast while carrying nothing. Low gear right here is what we will put it in a moment. I'll put it in that right now, actually. Let's put it in low gear. Low gear is a little bit slower, but it's more powerful. You have more strength. You can carry heavier things easier. So that's what we need to carry this big old heavy amount of rock that we need to carry. That's number one tip that my dad showed me. The second thing is that, y'all see this right here? That right there is an indicator of how high or low the bucket is tilted. So right now I can't see, obviously from where I'm seated, but the bucket is tilted really. The bucket is, if you look at a bucket like this, is tilted very high upward. It's gonna be hard for me to scoop anything if it's tilted so high upward. And so the way that I can know whether the bucket is still tilted too high or too low, or whether it's just right, is by watching that right there. My dad told me that when the bucket, when that right there, watch it decrease, when that right there is about level, when it's about even, a little bit more right there, perfect. When that right there is about equal, when it's like perfectly inside the hole, then that's how you know the bucket is pretty much straight, perfectly level, good for scooping stuff. If I go too low, I can go even lower than that. So watch this. If I go even lower, but right now I can't even see the cylinder thing anymore. And so that means that the bucket is now pointing downward, which would mean that I would be digging a hole in the ground. So that's not good either. The bucket, as you can see, is pointing a little bit too far downward. We wouldn't want to be digging a hole in the ground, create a crater in the earth. So let's go ahead and get it back to where it was, about right, a little lower than that, right about there is perfect. Okay, that's good. So now that we got that done, let's go ahead and move forward. Let's go scoop some rocks, shall we? So I got a fairly decent amount of rock. I wanted to fill the whole bucket up, but I don't know if that's even possible. I think I got a pretty good amount. Let's go ahead and drive over there and let's see how much of the hole this amount of rock will cover or fill. All right, well, I'm here. There's the hole in the ground. It didn't really show up on the video very good, but it looks pretty big IRL in real life. My dad said he'd be here. to tell me what to do, but well, I don't see him anywhere, so I reckon here goes nothing. Let me go ahead and I'll just do the best that I can and hope that I do it right, I guess. Let's go ahead and get the bucket down, right around there. I want to hover right over the hole. And now let's go ahead and dump this rock right here. Here we go. See how it looks. Actually, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Like, let me get down here from the ground point of view. Then you can really see the hole a lot better from right here. How uneven it is. Yeah, that angle right there, you can see how it's literally a big old crater in the ground. So I'm gonna bring about 2 or 3 more loads of rock, and then we'll smooth it out. I think I've seen my dad do this before, so I think I have an idea of what I need to do. Well, guys, I think we did it. As you can see from the ground level, the hole looks so much better. I did it. For my first time filling a hole, I think I did a pretty dang good job. I'm proud of myself. I really am proud of myself, guys. Hope y'all are proud of me too. I might as well just flatten this out a little bit with my feet. But no, as more people drive over it, it'll flatten itself out even more. I think we did a good job, and that'll probably go ahead and conclude this video. With that said, I hope y'all enjoyed. Y'all be sure to let me know in the comments what kind of stuff you guys want to see. I hope you all have an incredibly blessed day, and as I always say, your boy Ellie out.